Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me for this little dog and pony show. Today's episode is inspired by none other than my dentist. He's a real nice guy. I just don't like hanging out with him for some reason. Anyway, he tells me that I'm grinding my teeth while I sleep. Well, there's a couple things about that. First of all, it's a little weird that he's watching me while I sleep, but hey, I guess whatever gets the job done. And number two, of course I'm grinding my teeth. Have you seen the state of the world today? It fucking sucks. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. Anyway, of course he's got a solution for that, and that solution is something called a Nightguard. It's really just a fancy, what did you call it? I don't know, mouth guard, right? Just a fancy mouth guard. And you put it in while you're sleeping, and it prevents you from grinding your teeth. It's just a piece of plastic that fits in your mouth. Now the problem with those things is they're damn expensive, and that's because they're custom made. You know, they're made to fit your mouth exactly. So being the cheap ass that I am, I'm gonna make one myself, so that's what this is about. For those of you crazy enough to give this a try yourself as well, here's a list of the things you'll need. Numero uno is something called alginate. It comes as a powder. This happens to be yummy mint flavored. It doesn't taste like that, I can assure you. If you've ever been to the dentist and had this done, yeah, no. Alginate comes from seaweed, and which of course is just algae, hence the name alginate. And when you mix it up, it turns into kind of like it's a liquid at first, or a paste really, and then it hardens into a hard kind of gel, and it'll keep an impression of whatever you happen to make. So it's maybe useful more than just your teeth. You're gonna need some of these. I don't actually know what they're called. Maybe dental trays or something? Anyway, this is what you put the alginate in, and then you jam the whole thing in your pie hole to make the impression of your teeth. So this is for your upper teeth, and this is for your bottom. Of course, the bottom has the tongue hole cut out of it. Next up we have plaster o' Paris, which you can find at any fine or probably not so fine home you do it store. And you will need these things. Now this is EVA plastic, ethylene vinyl acetate, I think. That's just what comes to my head. They are sheets of plastic. This is soft material. You can get different softnesses and different thicknesses. This is 2 millimeters thick, and it's a soft one. So this box comes with 25 of these sheets in it, and each one of those will make a night guard. Finally, here's your real investment right here. This is called a vacuforming machine. It is really essentially just a heater on top here and a vacuum, or a little suction device at the bottom. And it's what actually creates the night guard from your cast. So those EVA sheets go in the top here, and there's a heater that heats it up, and then the vacuum sucks it down. You'll see all this in a second. Now, of course, night guards don't actually prevent you from grinding your teeth. They really just provide a cushion for you to do it safely. So over time, those night guards wear down, and then they become ineffective. So that means you're going to be hit up for another, whatever, $300 for another night guard when you need another one. If you have this set up, however, then you can crank one out for like $1.50, and you won't feel too bad about that. Total cost for all this stuff is about $143.50, and for that you can make as many damn night guards as you want. When yours wears out, boom, make yourself another one. First step is, of course, making a mold of your teeth, and for that we use the alginate, and I've measured out 20 grams here. It's a ratio of 10 grams of alginate to 22 mils of water, so I'll add 44 mils of water to this and mix it up. Now, for God's sake, please do not use this video as a guide for making your own mold. There are a ton of them out there by professional hygienists that'll show you how to do this. And don't forget, you're going to need at least one of these that fits your mouth. Okay, we'll zero it out here and add our 44 mils of water. So make it up nice and smooth, and try and keep the air bubbles to a minimum. I think you have about 30 seconds to do this, to mix it. And then it's into your pie hole, and it cures there for 1.5 minutes. So that seems good to me. I'm just going to smear it into my tray here. And the instructions on my bag say to just run water over top of this before putting it in your mouth. So I will do that as well. And then I shall be back with the results. Hang tight. Okay, here goes. Oh, well, that was weird, but there you have it. Oh, it's a little messy, eh? It's not too bad, I guess. I don't really know at this point. We'll have to see how it turns out when we cast it. All right, so we're gonna need our plaster of Paris for this. And the reason we're using plaster of Paris is because it doesn't shrink when it dries, or actually cures, really. I think this is a chemical reaction that makes this stuff go. Anyway, I just got a 1/2 cup of this stuff. I think that's going to be plenty. It's not a huge area, right? So, and then I think it's 1/4 cup of water to that. I'm just gonna, well, okay, let's start out with a 1/4 cup. So half water, and we shall see what kind of consistency that makes. It's got to be pretty runny because it's got to, you know, fill up all the little crevices. Can't have it too thick. I'm thinking bubbles might be an issue here. I can already see like bubbles forming in there. So we should try and tap those out maybe. Maybe even before we pour it. I'm not sure how much good that's doing. Bubbles are coming to the surface a bit, but... So we'll pour this in. Maybe I'll just pour in half and give it a little tap, and then cover the rest up. Okay, this is a little pathetic, I know. Okay. Yeah, that's about the right amount. 1/2 cup. I don't know how important it is to smooth this out, actually. Probably not. All right. That's good. So we'll just let that cure. If you're wondering how long that's going to take, I have no fucking clue. So we'll just watch it and see what happens. All right, it's been a little over an hour. Let's do the poke test and see what we've got. Oh yeah, it's plenty hard. So let's have a look, shall we? Okay, I'm fumbling around like an idiot here. Okay, come on. Oh, good God. Oh, it looks like... Oh, no. All right, so... This is what my teeth will look like in the future. So this is not good for today. We'll have to keep this one on file and wait until I have, you know, a bunch of holes in my teeth. All right, let's do this again. Can I salvage this? Oh, no, of course not, because that one's fucked. All right, we'll start over and give it another shot. Here's my second mold. I tried to smear out the bubbles of the alginate as I mixed it. And I think that's maybe a better thing to do. So keep that in mind. So you want to just like smear it against the side of the container and like press the bubbles out. Hopefully that's going to do the trick here. It's also possible that the bubbles were in the plaster, so we're going to have to be careful about this as well. You can see bubbles like that. Maybe, you know, that can form a nice cavity. All right, so I'm just do a little bit, and then really just tap, tap, tap. Oh yeah, I can see bubbles popping out of this. So this is what you got to do. This is actually probably where the problem was, not in the alginate mold. Once it feels like there's no more bubbles coming up, and add more, and do it again. Okay, to me that seems pretty good. I'm going to try and not give this any tongue, so we can leave the middle part open, since that's what we're aiming for anyway. All right, see you in an hour. Oh, time for the sexy reveal party. Come on out. You know you wanna. All right, let's just pick it away, I guess. Oh, it's just so wrong. Seriously, it is just so wrong. Anyway, this one looks real good, actually. It looks quite good. So I think we got a winner here. Next step is just kind of clean it up a bit. What am I looking for here? Something like, geez, I thought, oh, this. Basically, I think it's a stone on a stick. So it's abrasive enough, I think, to grind through that plaster, but not so crazy that things get out of hand. Craftsman, single speed, 1 million years old. Still works fine. Oh, and I said single speed. I guess it's got two. It's the first one when it just starts up and the second one when it warms up. Alright, I strictly do not know what exactly is required here, but the way I think about this is you kind of want to clear off enough air space around it so that when the sheet comes down over top and gets sucked over top, that it's kind of got somewhere to go. Or, you know, it's got some good pull power at the bottom here. So I think that's alright. Let's make ourselves a Nightguard. Now, you won't be surprised to know that Senor Heat and Suck here did not come with any instructions. However, it did come with a bag of balls. So, yeah, I poked and prodded the internet a bit to find out what the hell is up with that. And this apparently goes into the bottom of this perforated tray here. So, now, well, wait a minute. Before I do that, let me show you what I think here is going on. It's so weird. If you look at the size of those balls, they're like a perfect fit for the holes. Like they just slot right into the holes. So I'm thinking that that's actually gonna, you know, impede the flow of the suckiness. So I think I'm gonna test this out with the balls in place before I actually go and waste a sheet on this. Got a little sheet of polyvinylidene chloride, aka saran wrap. And we just put that over top. And just see if we get any suction out of that. So, 3, 2, 1. Yep. That seems to work fine. So, huh? What do I know? In goes the gnarly smile. And we'll get one of these EVA sheets out. They come with a little plastic layer on top that you gotta peel off. And that goes in here. Okay. Seems good. Now, heater goes over top. We're just going to click on the heating element here and wait until it softens up. I'm not digging how there's like a gap here. Like it should be squeezing this down real good and tight, but yeah, I don't like that very much. I wonder if there's some adjustment with this knob that we can make. Anyway, I'm just going to hold it. I don't want that sheet to start falling out of there. You can see that the sheet is starting to sag as it heats up there. Okay, I feel like it's good now, so I'm gonna do this. All right, here we go. I'm gonna turn the heat off, move this thing over, vacuum on. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, still a little sticky yet. I guess we gotta let it cool down before we start poking around in there. Oh, I can hear it gasping for air, so we better get it out of there. Whoa. I can see this might be a problem. Just a moment. So many balls. Holy, irritating, man. Really irritating. So here's an idea. Nightguard parties. You bring your friends over, you make molds of their mouth, casts of their teeth, and then fire them off a Nightguard. If you do have a Nightguard party, however, make sure they have to pick their own balls. Okay, I think we can take it out now. Okay. Looking good, come on. And that's what you're left with. To me, it seems good. It's a little white, I think, because the powder from the plaster of Paris. I think we can probably clean that up a little bit. But looks nice to me. So let's cut it out and have a fitting. Okay, so what do you figure? I think we can probably go like half a tooth, maybe? Doesn't really need to be the whole tooth. It's just protecting the bottom surface, right? So do you really need the whole thing covering your tooth? No. What figure? Okay? All right, let's slap her in and see what it feels like. Oh, wait. I think I'm gonna clean out the powder first, because you're not supposed to eat that shit. That's better. In it goes. Well, not surprisingly, it's a perfect fit. Yeah, it's nice and snug. I think it could be a little thinner even. Maybe the 1mm ones are better. Now, it does feel like there's a little bit of pressure on my teeth, like it's squeezing it ever so slightly. And I'm wondering if that's not a bad deal. So a couple things. These edges are a little bit sharp, so I have a heat gun that I'm going to melt those edges with. But you could probably just use a match or something. So just take the little sharp edges off. You probably can't see it, but it's actually, you know, kind of rolling those edges over as it heats up. So how are we going to make the fit a little less squeezy? Seems like if we made the cast ever so slightly thicker, that would solve the problem. Really, I just wanted an excuse to get out Hot and Sexy Hot Plate. So here's what I figure. We paint a layer of wax on the cast, which will just increase the girth of everything just by a little bit, right? So that when you make the Nightguard, it's a little less of a snug fit. I saw some video of this, and I wasn't sure what they were actually painting on the cast itself. I thought it was some release agent at first, but now I'm thinking maybe wax was what it was. So we'll give that a try. This might be a stupid idea, but won't really know until I try. And second, one thing I didn't think about is that the wax gets melted when that hot plastic comes slamming down on it. And then there'll be the issue of getting the wax out of the... Am I breaking it? Out of the, you know, Nightguard as well. So, unanticipated consequences, right? Seeing as Operation Wax Lips was a total failure, we're going to put some lacquer on this cast. Maybe 4 or 5 layers of it. Shall we find out how big of a mistake lacquering it was? So let's see if this one has any sort of different fit at all. Yeah, it stays in fine, but it's a little bit looser, not as squeezy on my teeth. So I think that's probably the way to go. I'll ask my dentist next time I go see him if this is okay. But you know, it seems like it's a good fit. So I would definitely go with the lacquer. It seems to work fine. That about does it for this episode of Yankee Dental Workshop. I hope you found that interesting, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers.